Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? It's a spooky night tonight. So, as you see, I'm by myself. I don't have anybody like alongside of me. Pinky, rest well. Pinky came down with a stomach bug, so she cannot join us. So, Pinky, we are with you. Rest and get well, and don't even think twice for missing this show. You deserve to rest. So, rest. Okay. So I am going to put on a little bit of background music so we can get this going. All right. Nando, good to see you, Nando. I sent you a message. I don't know if you received it. So we have Pinky. We have Michael. Good to see you. Mr. Prison, good to see you. Ryan, thank you. And that is it right now. It's kind of early, so hopefully people will flutter in. But nothing too much is going on with me. I have to lower my voice. I feel like I'm yelling. Anyways, so I actually, Crypt Walker, I have to have kudos for him. We are actually going to start up episode 5, and there's John right there. Good to see you, Priority Demon. He just joined our team. I'm excited to actually work with you. I was just explaining about episode 5. It's in the make. So today I had to record my voice as the shadow person being evil. So I did that and I sent it to Crypt. So hopefully he got it. And then hopefully before soon, I am going to have Crypt Walker on in 2 weeks to actually, and it may be debuted. Episode 5 may be all set by then. So we may get it up and running. And also, I don't know if John, you want to join as well, but you're more than happy to. And then we could get the show on the road. So good news. But besides that, nothing's really going on. I'm just doing my thing. So let's see. Hey, Rob, good to see you. The lurking. So tonight we welcome Sandra, intuitive who walks the edge of the unseen. She moves through haunted spaces with grounded calm, reading energy and honoring the spirits that linger. Her presence softens the veil and invites one to rise. Welcome, Sandra. Step into the circle and let the night speak. Welcome. Good to see you.
Hello.
Let me just make sure I'm not missing anybody. I can't. Let's see if I get this. I can't. Let's see here. Get the media a little bit going. Get that little Nordic. Not too loud. There we go. Now we can see everybody right here. All right. Hello, lovely Laura. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. So, Sandra,
Yep.
So why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself? I feel like I'm yelling. I have to calm down.
I don't hear you.
Tell a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Sandra. I was born, that's how we got talking. I was born in Massachusetts, in Lawrence, when we met on the other channel.
Mm-hmm.
But now I live in Quebec, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah, Canada, the cold Canada. And I do my channel, well, it's about, it could be a place that I went before and explore as abandoned, but I go back just, like I don't go inside anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because here we had lots of things that change, like we can really, if we get caught, it's bad. So a lot of explorers are stopping that for now. Anyways, so move on. So I do paranormal, and I have a little gift. And when I do my paranormal, it helps. And now I do, if you look at my channel now, it'll say, well, she's not really into paranormal. There's nothing. It's only herbs and spells and creams and
I
lotions.
love it though. I love how you explain in details.
Yeah, well, that's Emberlyn that's helping me. So,
Mm-hmm.
and the other thing is, it's because I'm also taking a class right now in herbal medicine. So, and I have a diploma in parapsychology. So that really helped me out when I started doing the paranormal to understand it and understand my gifts and move on.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I just want to welcome a couple people that stepped in. Sandra Peachy, welcome, welcome. I was actually going to message you to see how you were doing. So who we have here? Awesome. Miss Prison, thank you so much for joining. Oh, hello, Victor. How you doing? And then we have the lovely Claire. The lovely Claire. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, what was your first moment in your life when you realized you were drawn to mystical or unexplained?
The first time, like old enough to know it's not normal and there's something wrong, I was 12 years old. I was sleeping in my bed in my room, and I saw my grandpa appear driving his truck and waving goodbye at me. And then the phone rang, and we got announced that my grandpa passed away. So from there on is when I started. I had that gift of, if I think of you for a week, well, I'll find out at the end of the week that you've passed away.
Mm-hmm.
That is a poison gift, I swear. It ruins, like, oh, you want to think of that person because you love that person and stuff, but no. And so I tried to deal with that, and then I started, like, I had an appointment, I had to go to the hospital. I saw people there, but I was alone in the waiting room, but there was people there with me.
That's the worst, hospitals. Oh my God.
Hospitals, and then funeral homes. And funeral homes, I would see them. They're supposed to be in the coffin, but they're walking around, and
yeah.
And when I go to graveyards, and I want to, let's say, like, people, they film like a headstone and they talk to the headstone, try to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, I see the person standing beside her headstone, but it's not that person that's there. It's a person visiting that headstone that somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of odd to explain, but it's pretty rough sometimes. And I hear voices.
Okay.
And sometimes, like one time in particular, I was alone with my two kids when I was younger. I was a single mom and everything, living in Montreal. And I was doing my laundry, and then I heard a voice say, "If you don't get out of here, you're gonna die." Like, say that's a saying in French that, everything's gonna go wrong and nothing good. So you better move out of there. Your time's up there. So I moved all the way down to the Eastern Townships. That's an hour and 45 minutes away. And I've been good ever since. I heard that voice. So I said, okay, always going to hear that voice. I don't know if it's a guardian or what it was. And one time I was doing that was crazy. I was doing a challenge alone in the dark in the graveyard by myself for 30 minutes. I had to stay there. I'm a chicken. I'm really chicken, And I heard a growl.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means and what it is. It could have been a dog. I was hoping it was a dog, but I ran away. I didn't ask what it was. I said, forget the challenge. And yeah, I'm a very chicken in a way. I see things and hear things, but it still scares me as if it never happened before.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing.
So when How does your intuition speak to you? Like, is there whisper and sensation, or just that you know something's going on?
Well, I have like a feeling
Mm-hmm.
there's something not right.
Yep.
Like I do that all the time with my husband and my daughter that lives here with us still. Um, there's she has to tell me something. I feel it. She needs to talk to me. She has to say something, but she doesn't know how to, get it out. And the husband the same way. I just feel it. I say, oh, they're hiding something. That's what I say. But
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes I'll say what I think it is, and it's that they wanted to say. So, but for me, it would be the worst case scenario if they this, and I say it, but they say
Mm-hmm.
it's that. So,
So, I know before the show we were talking that you used to actually go on paranormal investigations. How was
yeah,
that?
that was yeah because I explore and everything with my family, so my kids, my husband, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But my kids are like they're in their 30s, so so they're not little kids.
Now,
But
do your kids do they support your abilities?
yes, my oldest
Good.
daughter has the gift too. She can
Okay.
hear
It's
and
usually family.
yeah. And my youngest, well, she started in the background until she did her coming out. I call it her coming out, practicing Wicca
Hmm.
until she oh well, grandma's doing it, great grandma did it, mom's doing it. So she came out and said it. Okay, I'm doing it too.
Yeah.
I don't know why she kept it like a secret, but yeah, she'll practice her Wicca and you know try to do spells. I give her like novice spells to do, and you know,
Now, did you see any of this growing up, like your mother practicing, or you did?
mom, my grandma.
Okay.
I only saw like photos of my great grandma. Like I saw her grimoire of my great
Hmm.
grandma that my grandma had, and yeah, it's the beliefs that we have, and you know, the things we do that you won't notice it. Like we keep our broom outside. That
Hmm.
means the witch is in the house,
Hmm.
and if the broom's not there, well, we're gone.
Hmm. That's pretty
It's
cool.
stuff like that. And if a bird hits the window, well, someone's going to pass away.
Yep.
If there's tons of birds on a tree or on wires near your home, you're going to run, you're going to move out of the blue. You weren't expecting it, but you're going to move.
Yeah.
If we hit a bird with a car, again, you're going to pass, someone's going to pass away.
Yep. Yep. Or if the broom falls,
But the broom
that's another
falls.
thing. Yeah.
We have like so many superstitions and stuff. My husband at first didn't believe it. He said, "Oh no, it's not true. That's not going to happen."
Hmm.
And okay, yeah, okay. So, and he's a real skeptic. He doesn't believe nothing until
Yep.
it hits his face. So now
Exactly. Exactly.
more. When I tell him, "Look, look, look," oh, okay. Because yeah, like I say, I can watch other people's videos and I can point out a face on the wall, something went by. But with my headphones, they're not too good enough for
Hmm.
yet. But when I'm on my own doing my paranormal, I can hear something if they have something to say, and then I have to sometimes translate because you got to remember that I'm in the French province here in Quebec.
Hmm.
I have to translate out. Like some of my videos, you'll hear me talking in French, but
Oh. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah, I really right away translate to English so you don't miss a word. And, yeah, I do my best. Not writing it on the video. I don't want to suggest like there's a noise at this, you know. No, if you write it, I find that if you write it on the video, knocking, like I don't want to suggest to the person watching that you'll hear knocking. I want the person to figure it out by
That's
themselves.
pretty cool. So what was your typical, when you used to go out on paranormal investigations, what was your setup like? Did you bring equipment with you? Did you just go in and basically using yourself as a tool?
I would go in with some, I call them my natural tools, not
Yes.
like gadgets, electronics, or okay, I'll use microphonic because that's funny and fun to do. I do dowsing rods. I do the Estes method.
You do like that?
Yeah, and my pendulum. And like one of the last places I went was a haunted jail.
Okay. Oh, that must have been exciting.
Yeah, that was fun. And like all night we were trying to communicate. Nothing happened. Like nothing made sense. Like coming through the microphonics, or it wasn't. But then I took out my dowsing rods.
Yep.
There I had communication right away. Right away. If you cross the rods, that means yes. If you don't move them, that means no. Right away I got response. We found out it was a woman. She was standing beside me.
Wow. That's, I have such a hard time with the Estes method, only because, I can't like separate the static with actually what's coming through. I mean, I know there's ones out there that actually separate the two and you just get what's coming through, but it always like bothers me. I have to like really focus in order to like separate the two.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's like one example I would use, or with a flashlight, sensible flashlight.
Yep.
Turn it on. If they just tap on it and it'll turn on by itself. So it just like little things, and that's how I've always done it, because I don't want to use like say, oh, there was a demon, and I haven't met a demon. Maybe I'm lucky. Maybe I'm lucky I didn't meet a demonic. I
was just going to ask you that if you ever encountered one.
Me, no, never. And I was talking to my mother one time about this, and she just laughed and said it's because demons don't like witches. I said, oh, okay.
That's true or not? I don't know.
That's what she told me. I guess she wanted to.
I mean, what would the difference be? Probably. I don't know.
And I've always tried to communicate with just the microphonics and my dowsing rods and pendulum before trying other gadgets and stuff.
Yeah.
I like it better like that, because I have my K2 monitor also, and but upon that, that's about all the gadgets I have.
Yeah. I mean, with me, when I go into an investigation, the first thing I do is I write down, like, I take temperature readings, so I could later on go whether or not it's like hot or cold, and I could compare the two. And I actually like make like an outline of like the room or the rooms, just so I know where the outlets are, or anything electrical, anything like that. But I basically, myself as well, I use myself as a tool. I don't like using like a lot of like equipment. I use basically a camera, a voice recorder, and some other odds and ends equipment, but I really like to just kind of like tune in and use myself, because we're the greatest tool is ourselves.
Yeah. And you feel it. If that place is haunted in person, like,
I could feel it. Let me tell you. I could feel it
over a video, but in person, you'll know it right away. And if it's good or bad, you'll feel it. And when I do like personal home investigations, it takes me like a week before I even ever start to try and communicate with the spirit that's there or what's going on, because I have a booklet like a journal that I leave the customer, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't charge for anything. So I leave a journal to the person, and he or she will fill it out for a whole week, like what happened all this week. And if possible, if you can, take a photo or two. You know,
Exactly.
we put it all together
Yep.
and make a big journal out of it, and
Yep.
then we go through it, and we'll try and find out more about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, write the time if you heard a noise or something. Write the time, and if it's during the day or at night or.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. And it's good if like it's like they do keep the journal, but also like to see if it's like happens at other times.
Yeah.
Like for example, if you go into investigation and at like 3 a.m. all this activity happens, well, it would be good. Yeah, yes, you could go back at 3 a.m., but it would be also good to go at different times as well to see any difference.
I never go investigate after 12 midnight.
Okay.
No. It's before, like, the latest 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
During the day, in the evening, because if it's haunted at every time. Like,
exactly. It's haunted during the day. I go to the S.Q. Pierce mansion is not too far from me, and it's active all the time. It doesn't have to be at night.
It doesn't matter what day, what time, who you are. If it's like really haunted, well,
yep.
You don't have to force anything. There's an abandoned mausoleum here. You're just in the driveway and you feel the vibe that it's haunted, and very bad spirits are there. You feel it. It's because I believe if the person was, mean in life, like always aggressive and angry for no reason, well, sorry to say, but when he passes, he's going to be the same.
I was just going to ask you that. Do you agree in that? Do you agree that who they are in life will be once they pass?
Yeah.
Hello, Ace. Good to see you.
Hi. That's my good friend. We've known each other for quite a long time now.
Yeah. So you do believe in that? Once they, if they're bad, like when they're living, they would be that once they pass.
Yeah. Or
because some people say you get redeemed. You go to the light, and then you're redeemed, and you come back as like a good person, or all of your sins are forgiven.
No, well, being Wiccan, we don't.
You're evil. You're gonna stay evil.
Yeah, you stay as you are, and it's your choice to change or not. That's what I believe.
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever had an unforgivable paranormal experience at all?
I have had so many.
So many. Well, we have more than an hour, so feel free.
Okay. Well, let me think of one for my husband. Like I said, he doesn't believe in anything of this. Like, not at all. And laughing at me, joking around. But I decided to bring him to the Screaming Tunnel in Niagara. That's the real Screaming Tunnel that they filmed. What's his name?
Niagara Falls?
Yep.
There's a Screaming Tunnel there.
Yeah, and that's the real one that they did. I can't remember the name of the movie. Oh, darn. But that's the tunnel they used. Can't remember. But anyways, so the thing is, you have to go in this tunnel at night, and in the middle of the tunnel, you light up a wooden match, and you let it burn out. And when it's finished burning out, you're supposed to hear a scream.
Oh.
So I decided to go there, do a live, but during the day, the internet was fine. It was wonderful and great. So, okay, I'll do a live tonight. So I hook up with another channel, and we're going to do the Screaming Tunnel thing with the match and everything. But I couldn't get to the middle because I'd lose signal and stuff like that. So my husband said, well, here, give me the matches. I'll go do it. He's, big and strong. He won't believe in anything. So he takes off and he goes, lights a match, nothing happens. So he said, well, I'm going to cross the tunnel and come back. So he crossed it, and on his way back, he was wanting to light up a match again. He felt something touch his back. He turned around and he said, I saw just black, even blacker than it was black outside. That's how he said it. And he ran out of there. I never saw my husband run, and I saw him run and getting sick to his stomach, and it was terrible. He said that I felt like a hand on my back, and I didn't feel good. So I started running to get out of there as fast as I could. And I have it on video.
That's amazing. I didn't even know there was a screaming tunnel.
Yeah.
Niagara is like maybe 8 hours from me. Oh God, I want to go see the screaming tunnel now.
There's the screaming tunnel, and not too far away from there, there's the Blue Ghost Tunnel.
I would like camp there overnight.
I'm chicken, like I said. I'm so chicken. Anyways, so that was one experience for my husband. The other experience was for my daughter. We went and we rented an Airbnb. It's called the Beck House. It's a big house in Ontario that is haunted from Mr. Beck, the owner of the house. And there was murders in there. People were sick, died. There's a big history to that. And I'm doing a live stream, like a live show. And my daughter's walking behind me. She's walking back and forth, and you see her. So she goes, it was the kitchen. She went in the kitchen. And when she came out, well, there's a white thing that went through her. Then she turned around and went back to the kitchen as if she...
God, this is good. I should get some popcorn.
So I saw that. But in that same house, as I'm talking with my dowsing rods, I felt someone touch my breast.
Ooh.
I said, okay. But I was mad. I said, don't you ever do that again. I was
slap.
That. Then my subscribers were laughing at me, saying, oh, you got sexually harassed by a ghost.
Wow. Do we have the history on that tunnel? Do you know any history on it?
Well, the story is that it was a little girl, because that tunnel was serving for the farmers to cross their cattle to one side of the town to the other side, because there was a train track on top of the tunnel. So for the cows to cross safely, they would go through the tunnel. And one night, I can't tell you what year exactly, but there was a family, like a father and a mother were always fighting, and they were going through a divorce, and they had a little girl. And the father was mean to his wife and beat her up and everything. The girl was scared, so she started running. And she ran in the tunnel, and when she got to the tunnel, the father poured gas on her and lit her up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then there's another story saying that it was a woman jogging, and she got raped and all that and set on fire.
Oh my God. Just saying hello to people.
The Canadian side of the falls take the peak.
Let me see if I can get that.
I'd live right there at Niagara Falls if I could.
Yeah.
And so that was that for that. And every time I finish an investigation, I'm talking to a spirit and everything went well, and I want to finish this off. So I tell the spirit, thank you for communicating with me. And then I say, you're not allowed to attach yourself to me, the people with me, my equipment. You must stay here. This is your home.
Mm-hmm.
So I always say that at every end of investigations. But one time I did that, but I should have done it in French because the person was more French. We had an attachment, me and my husband, but it's not an attachment like people think they're the exorcist, and like we go crooked, No. We had a very bad cold and our sinuses were blocked, and we never catch a cold. My husband and we never get sick, we didn't even get the virus, nothing like that. And then all of a sudden, ever since we went there, we're sick like dogs, and we don't know what to do because we never get the cold, the common cold. Yeah. So we went back to where we were when this happened, and I told it was a lady. I told her in French, "This is your home. You were not allowed to follow me. You had to stay here." So, and after that, a few hours later, we were starting to feel better. It took us a week to decide to do something. We'll try that. Maybe bring her back home. Maybe, I don't know. She was probably attached to either me or Eric, because Eric always does my filming. My husband, he'll always film for me. He's the cameraman, so sound man, everything. So, and another time, what can I tell you? There's so many adventures, I swear. We don't know where to start.
We have the time.
So, yeah, the adventures we've been through, never thought this would ever happen to us. Yeah.
That's amazing. Do you cleanse yourself after emotional or spiritual encounters?
Before we start, that's not on camera. Before we start, we smudge, we say a prayer, and we do an offering to the spirits that are there. As a sign of respect, we come here in respect, with respect and love. And even in the video, sometimes I'll say, I'm here with respect and just came here to talk to you or whatever. And the offerings we offer are tobacco.
Okay.
Because this is a shaman that, well, I'm hanging on to him right now, this shaman. And he told me to offer them tobacco, that tobacco will give them back energy. And if you ever do investigations on the side of a river or a body of water, to be take extra precautions, because the spirit will be very strong because of the energy of the water. Because sometimes I do my dowsing rods and they cross them. Then I say, okay, uncross the rods. So they uncross them. But sometimes I can't even myself take them apart. I'm not even strong enough to take them apart and say, oh, she's doing that, No, because you'll see my thumb is not even on the rod. Some people put their thumb on top of the rod, Not me, it's under, and then you see the rod going. So you see, it's not even me doing it. So, and it's so hard sometimes.
It's amazing. Some people actually use one as well, just one dowsing rod.
I asked them with one rod, where are you standing right now? Point with this rod where you're standing. And it'll point there. Well, that means it's standing there. Well, that's what I believe,
That's awesome. So let's get so you are Wiccan, correct?
Yeah.
So what is like your daily, do you have a daily ritual? Like, do you use like a spell, charm, or anything like that?
Well, I have an altar. And on this altar, I have my little trinkets of every new moon and full moon and everything. I have all these rituals I do, and I practice and I cleanse and I work on myself. I write in my journal. I meditate on one specific goddess that I choose for a month, or sometimes for the whole year. And if like I'm having problems with someone or somewhat, well, try and figure out a spell, and I'll do a spell for that. And
Mhm.
I say a spell, it's more like an act of doing something with herbs and smoke. And if it comes true, it comes true. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just to relieve me from, okay, it's going to be gone. It's like an
Mhm.
encouragement. I have a spell, it's called F off spell. So when I do that spell, I'm expecting that person to fly away. So that's what it's just little spells here and there, and some remedies, home remedies that we've been passed down from generation. And my new shaman dude is
Yeah, yeah.
helping me
That's
learn.
amazing. Ryan put actually your channel in the comments. Thank you so much, Ryan. Please,
Thank
everybody, check out her
you.
channel. It's pretty amazing because she
There's
actually goes through like the rituals and things like that,
Yeah, I
which is
do
pretty cool.
readings as well. I do my
Hmm.
readings now. I used to do my members only readings with
Yep,
the witch tiles and stuff, the dices, and
that's awesome. I was just going to ask you. So, is there any methods you use, not just the dowsing rods, to for communicating?
well, I started like really communicating very well at first was with my pendulum. My
Okay,
pendulum follows me everywhere I go.
good.
It
Like the
sits
pendulum.
on the side of my bed, middle of the night. If I don't know, it's there. I get up in the morning. It's beside my coffee. It's I hold it for insurance sometimes, or I get nauseous, or it's there for me. I know it's there for me, and it'll
Hmm.
always help me. Like it helps me find things. Like I lost my keys. Help me find my keys. Where are my keys?
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I used to use it as well for like I'm a member of Find a Grave, so you
Hmm.
go out and you take photographs of headstones for the family members that asked for it to see if it's still because they're in another country and stuff like that. So it helps. I instead of going all through the cemetery and try and find it, well, I asked my pendulum to help me, like in which direction at least, to save some time.
Hmm.
That works out.
That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. Um, is there a piece of folklore or legend that has always fascinated or haunted you?
Uh, well, it's all my family's belief that it could be folklore and it could be, you know, what they believe in and everything. But you see, my mother's Wiccan and
Hmm.
my father's Catholic.
Excuse me.
So it's a strange mix.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of folklore stories around here. I started doing some last summer, like the lady in white from the falls of, like it's like a big giant falls, but it's not Niagara Falls, but it's similar.
Yeah.
There's a ghost there, and then what other? I've been doing that like all summer, so all my playlists of summer of 2025.
Hmm.
Well, it was all these folklores. There was a church we went to in the city of Quebec, and this church they kept a nun in the basement until she passed away because she got pregnant from the priest, and they just let her rot there, her and her baby. So I went
Oh,
there and tried
God.
to do that and stuff. And yeah, there's a lot of. I try to find a lot of folklore now and
Yeah.
stick to that. Yeah.
There's tons of it, tons of it. Actually, one of our viewers have it, Sage. Was what was one of the most interesting things that you experienced?
Most interesting. Uh, I'd say every time I go out, there's something. But there's one thing, one place I went to is another. It's an abandoned church, that's in an abandoned town, but you don't see the town anymore. You just see the structure, the rock walls of the church, and the cemetery around it. And the floor of this church is all these little pebbles. And there's no more windows, no roof, but you see it was a church.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people from Quebec go there to investigate at night. They find demons, but I guess it wasn't a good time for them. Anyways, so I go during the day, and this place is so beautiful and everything. So I was so happy to be there, first of all. Then I come down and I did my investigation and everything, and it's okay. But I wanted a souvenir of this place, you know. So I
Did you
grabbed,
steal something?
I grabbed a handful of pebbles.
Oh.
I put it in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But then someone before me went and did something not completely right. There was a leftover candle that was burnt out, but it was little like that. And there was a piece of paper, and it was written Ashlyn or something like it. It was a girl's name. I can't remember the name. So I wanted to throw that in the garbage. So I picked that up too. And I said, I'll find a garbage, next garbage I see, I'll put that in the garbage. Have respect, people. Don't leave your stuff behind. And when I would do my abandon, I would always say and believe to myself, don't take anything. It doesn't belong to you, even though it's abandoned. I tell the girls,
yeah.
Respect the place and everything. But, I took those rocks. I brought them home. But before coming home with them, I lost my footage, all my footage of that day.
Oh.
In the manhole, because I do my filming with a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And my cell phone fell out of my pocket, went down a manhole. If you wanted to do it, you wouldn't be able to. It fell right in. So I lost all that footage. I said, darn, I'm going to have to come back and, make a video. But I come home and I said, oh yeah, those rocks are in. I had like bad luck, if you want. For the whole time I had the rocks, those pebbles with me. And I said, this is unbelievable. And I take my K2 monitor lights and put it on the rocks. And there was like I don't know if it's a leftover energy of the place or whatever, but I couldn't go back like right away. Like, okay, I'll go back tomorrow or the day after, because I'm in Quebec. We had the biggest snowstorm of ever. So I couldn't go back until everything melted away.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went back, I put it back. I said, sorry, and this whole thing, I'm so sorry, I'll never do that again, But ever since then, when I would do live streams on my channel, that's when the people started saying there's a tall shadow dude standing beside you. And on the other side, you see a lady with a little girl. And ever since then, I said, what? I couldn't believe it. Then I even talked about this to the shaman I follow, and he helps me out and everything. I told him about this. It's because I took something. Yes, I was rude. So, they're being rude back, I guess, He said, well, you show them the way home by bringing them at your house. So now just before winter comes, they'll come back to a warm environment. And then in the spring, they'll go back. So, oh, come on, I'm going to be stuck with that forever now. So I don't know. I saw it once, like on a playback of a live stream. There was that tall dude there. And I think Face the Ace saw him at one point too. And one night, I was going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I saw like a shadow person sitting like on the floor with his knees up to his head and doing like this, And as I walk in the bathroom, raises his head and, but I go, haha, you're not scaring me. I said that to the shadow person. I'm the biggest chicken in the world. Okay. And I said that. I don't know why. It stood up and went through the wall. Never saw it again. So there's always that. And that shaman told me that my yard, well, my yard used to be a battlefield way back then. So in the 1800s, it was a battlefield. Ooh. So he said there's like people crossing in and out of a portal or something. They're always coming in and out, but it's always the same people. Okay. So I don't know. Sometimes I'll do investigations in my yard to try and figure it out. There's something like the K2's going crazy. Okay, telephone wires or, internet wires. There's something, but there's nothing. So this summer I'm going to go back outside here and try and investigate even more.
I wonder if you get like some type of a metal detector too.
My husband did that. He did that. He said that there's probably pipes or something like running through, or even buried wires, telephone poles for electricity or something buried. And there's nothing. He went all around the yard and he said, no, there's nothing. But if you pass there's this big tree, from that big tree to the little hill, that's like a highway. And I've noticed there's no birds like will cross through it. They won't or a cat or a dog. It'll go around the tree or around the little hill. But go through it, they don't. So I really have to check even more of that. I've been living here for like 10 years, but I don't want to stir up too much, or
well, usually people that live in a haunted location, they don't, some are like, oh yeah, we're gonna get out the EVPs, the recorder, the cameras, and then some people are like, no, I'm just gonna let it be because I have to live with them.
Yeah, that's it. We have to share rent here, so.
Exactly. Excuse me, everybody, for muting my mic all the time. My son has a horrible cough, so that's him in the background hacking. So what is your after seeing paranormal and things like that, what is your view on life after death? Or do you get reincarnated, your point of view, or are you just basically energy?
Energy, no. Reincarnated, I'd say no to. Nothing. I don't know. That's what darkness, complete darkness, nothing. No.
So you don't think you get reincarnated, or you just leave?
Yeah, and just say my time's up, bye, or something. I don't know what. It's not that I have problem. Hard to believe reincarnation, but I would love, yes, that would happen, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. My dad believes it 100%, but I feel it when I go, because there's a crypt that's open and people go inside. They bring their Ouija boards and all that nonsense, and you go in there and you feel it. There's nothing.
What do you think about Ouija boards? Your intake on it?
Well, it's because Ouija boards also have the name of a witch board, which a witch will use to communicate with the spirits, but to talk, not to investigate and and I also believe if the spirit you're talking to is in the 1800s when he was living, well, he won't know you have a K2 and touch the K2. He won't know what a K2 is.
That's what I keep on saying to myself. It's like these
Yeah.
people that lived in like early on, like the 1800s and stuff,
Hmm.
they don't even know any of the equipment that you
That's it.
have.
That's what I believe.
Matter of fact, actually touching it. They may be afraid to touch it. Who
I
knows?
tell them, I say, this is a torch, but this torch won't hurt you, won't burn you. Like, because
Hmm.
they had torches back then, they didn't have electricity. So, this torch, if you touch it, it won't hurt you, and you'll see beautiful colors. You know, so
You have to explain it to them what they are.
yeah,
Definitely.
in a way that it's easy to understand. Or talk
Hmm.
in this box, and I'll hear you. You know,
Yep.
this is a magic box, and if you talk in it, I'll hear you. So that's what I so but reincarnation, either you stay a spirit and you walk around, or there's nothing.
So, do you believe in past lives?
I'd have to say yes a bit, because I get flashbacks sometimes
Hmm.
of, I don't know where that was, what it is, and I'm still trying to figure it out today. And that I started when I was like 6 years old.
Hmm.
I saw
You
that.
probably have deja vu and dreams as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. That and dream, it's gonna come true. If I dream something,
Yep.
that is what's gonna happen, if you like it or not. So, so yeah. And my mom's the same. She'll dream, and whatever she dreams comes true. And she's like, I say she's worse than me, because she'll look at a lady, she's pregnant. She's gonna say, "You're pregnant right now." The lady will say, "No, no, I'm way far from being pregnant." And whoops, she got pregnant. And you're gonna have a little boy and a little girl, or she'll describe the baby before it's even made. So that's a little scary sometimes. And she does card readings with regular playing poker cards. There, she'll read your cards with that, and hold on to your hat. She can take out things that happened to you, or
Hmm.
that is going to happen. It'll
Hmm.
take time sometimes, but don't say thank you to her. Then she'll be mad. I don't know why. She's always been like that.
That's awesome.
And I knew one of her friends, she would do traveling. She would time travel with you.
Hmm.
She'll concentrate. She'll go into a trend or something, and she'll say, "Oh, now you're born," and because she did it to me, so that's why I know. She did it to me. She said, "Oh, you just got born now, and the labor room you were born in is painted all yellow."
Oh, wow.
Okay. Then she goes on, like, every stage of my life. Then
Hmm.
she said, at one point, she said, "Oh, you're gonna get married, but at an old age, really, like not a young age, very mature." Got married, I was 50. So, okay. And she described them, but just the back.
Oh,
And
wow.
it fits. Black hair, glasses, because she saw like the branches on his ears. Tall, skinny. That's him. But, I forgot all that. She told me that when I was 16. I said, "Yeah, right, come on." Really didn't believe in anything back then. And no,
Yeah, I mean, I truly believe there's someone out there for everybody. I truly believe in
she
soulmates
told
as
me,
well, you
she told
know?
me your mother didn't raise you like, not all the time. She's not there all the time, your mother, and your father's never there. It's your grandmother.
Mhm.
I said, "Oh, yeah, okay." Well, I didn't even know myself. So, with all these sayings that she said to me, I turned around and I confronted my mother, and this and that and this and that. And for the room, she said, "Well, probably, I guess they painted everything yellow in '69." So, and then she said, "Well, for raising, I was working all the time. Your father too, so it was your grandmother that lived downstairs that would take care of you." And she could, like, almost confirmed everything. So, okay.
That's cool. What was your reaction? Have you ever received an intelligent response during a spirit communication?
Yeah, well, I find that all the responses I get intelligent and
Intelligent.
uh, fascinating, and they touch the rods, like they move the rods and everything. That's the yeah. Or I ask a question and you get a clear answer either on the microphonics or the I have the SB7 as well.
Okay.
So
Yes.
on that too, I have that, and when it comes out clear as day, or the person's French. That person when it
Mhm.
was living was French, but you keep talking to that person in English, and then something in French comes out. It's like that wasn't supposed to happen. So that's when I decided to repeat everything that's French on the channel, just in case.
That's awesome. And of course, you most likely go with the moon phases and the different seasons and
Yes,
stuff as
there's
well.
where the veil is thinner than others,
Mhm.
you know, with the special moons like the buck moon. When it was the buck moon in July, yeah, I went to a haunted vineyard.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not too far from here. I was very happy to do that, and it was
Mhm.
fun. This vineyard that all is also part, like the land is also part of the battlefield I have here. But I think here they would just drop the people or something that passed. But over there at this vineyard, they actually buried the people there, and like at one point, I saw like a soldier, like it had like a round metal hat.
Mhm.
Like you could tell it was like old time. It's not the new hats and everything.
Yeah.
And the man said that he had to like dig up the earth and everything to plant his vines and everything. And as they're digging, they would come up with human remains and stuff. So he had to call in those diggers. How do they call them again in French from English? Oh, anyways, they dug up the graves and they kept the skeletons. They left, but they left him a piece of a hip bone
Oh, no.
of the first owner of that land. So he said, "Well, at least I have that." They left it to me. They said, "No, it's okay," but they didn't know what they were doing because I showed the owner of the winery. I said, "Look, this is a hip bone from a real person."
Mhm.
He said, "Yes." I touched it and I felt like shivers all over, shaking inside, like I was on a roller coaster ride or something, you know. Then I took my K2 and I put it on it and it was lighting up. You saw the energy, you felt the energy. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's pretty
archaeologists.
cool. Yeah,
Mm,
that's pretty cool.
they-
Um, so have you had like a moment where the paranormal forced you to confront something personal? Because it happens to me quite frequently as well.
I go that that happens when I go to my family, uh, where my family was buried, like where I have an uncle that was murdered. And when I go to his headstone and talk to him, it comes out and it comes out. When I was a teen, well, when I was younger, like in the early 20s, I was still wild a bit. So I would go have a beer and a cigarette at his
Oh, don't
heads
even talk about wild.
and share it with him, and stuff like that. He was a cool dude. That's what I would say. So now I go investigate and I tell him, cross my rods and talk, and we'll hear you. And one time I went with my mother, which is his big sister. You heard the name in the necrophonic clear as day, Angel. You don't hear that every day in the necrophonic.
Mhm.
Angel, angel. That's my mother's name.
Okay. Hmm.
and you heard it clear as day. So yeah, that's always touchy for me. And when my stepfather passed away, he passed away in my mother's thrift store. And I told my mom, look, a thrift store is not good to have, because people pass away and they bring you their stuff. Like the family will drop everything here. She goes, yeah, well, they don't need it anymore. They empty the apartment and they bring it here. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but some people might be attached to certain things that they have, you know. She goes, you think so? This place is full of people, Mom. There's full of people everywhere. And her husband passed away right there. He fell on the floor, died
Wow.
instant right there. So he's
Huh.
there. That is for sure. So think like really personal people in my life, they passed away. Or if I said, oh, that person's gonna die soon. Oh no. And it dies and I go to the grave. That is very touching for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you what part of your journey would you say are you still learning to trust?
What am I still what?
What part of your journey would you say you're still willing to trust?
Uh,
Do you believe you have some other gifts that haven't you haven't got to yet, or haven't, you want to experience more?
I don't want to experience more, have other gifts and stuff. And I'm trying to get rid of the gift that you'll pass away in a week. That is like someone put a bad spell on me or something.
Oh no.
It's like a hex. It's a bad luck thing. I don't like having that.
Yeah.
And I was able to shut down seeing like what's gonna happen to me or my loved ones. I was able to shut it down a bit, but it kept the appearance of, either half of the person, just enough to identify if it's a police officer or, just a chest
Mhm.
or something.
Now, so first question is, do you believe in spirit guides, or can they guide you to see what's going on and to
Yes, I
protect
have
you?
I have a spirit guide,
Hmm.
and she would warn me. I had like feelings that she was beside me. I'm here for you if you need me. She's a First Nations lady
Okay.
from the tribe that we have here, the Abenaki tribe, and she's always been with me. That I feel that, and I trust her when I have a feeling that she said, no, don't do that, or, I'll know. I feel it because it goes with lots of feelings and everything. You know.
Yeah, I actually met my spirit guide um right after, because everybody knows the Darkwood hauntings. It was right after the time that I dealt with black magic. Is
Um,
the first experience I had with my spirit guide. But it's kind of weird because I drew a picture of her like years and years before that. So I knew she was coming into my life, along with I also drew the other spirit guides that I met as well. Um, so I totally, anything that I experience, if I experience like a bad time, or if I experience like negative energy, anything like that, I just go into meditation and just directly speak with them to help and guide me. So,
mm, no, her name is Catherine, but with a K, not a C there.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
that's it. When I'm at my altar preparing, I'll ask her if she can accompany me while I'm doing my meditations and
Yeah, yeah. But I'm
cleansing.
wondering if they would be able to give you guidance on who to narrow it down to so you can protect yourself even better.
Oh well, I haven't. like, she'll probably think I'm a snob or something. I don't really. I know she's there. I know
Mhm.
she's good for me, but I don't. I guess she knows I don't want to ask too much of her,
Hmm.
or I don't know. I just tried to do it without her, and it doesn't work. So then I said, okay, you know, that's about it. It's
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
for my craft there that I do. It's mostly for that. So I think she was like a healer back then or something.
See, it's cool that we have our own different, even though it's categorized as Wiccan, like so many people have different, like mine is like a combination. Basically, it's a combination of Wiccan, um, and then other things peddled in. It's like it's just shouldn't be like based on like one belief or one religion.
Yeah,
It's whatever, like, basically whatever you feel comfortable with as well and willing to work with.
yeah, yeah.
That's how I feel about it. Um, if you could give one piece of advice to someone beginning their spiritual or paranormal journey, what would it be?
Put your seatbelt on. No. For the paranormal, like, be yourself. Don't try and see you're going to contact a demon, a demon, a demon, a demon. No.
Mhm,
If you go into that mindset, you'll probably wind up facing demons. But if
mhm,
you go in with respect and remember that this is a home of a spirit, you're trespassing into this spirit's home. So be respectful
mhm.
and do little steps. Don't like do an hour and
Absolutely.
a half
And
investigate.
if they don't honestly know what they're doing, there's plenty of, guidance as
You
well,
can. That's what I did when I started my channel. My first
Yes.
niche of my channel was exploring the abandoned. So
Mhm,
I went and got myself a mentor on YouTube, a channel that was very experienced in just exploring.
mhm,
So I hooked onto him and learned the way around and the rules, the unwritten rules of the abandoned exploring.
mhm.
Never go alone. Make sure someone knows where you are and know what time you're going to be back home. Stuff like that. And it's the same thing for paranormal. So
Yeah.
when I went into paranormal, well, then I hung on to another channel and learned from her and took her advice. Even though these people are younger than me, they still have, I believe they have something to show me.
Mhm.
So I can learn from them and their experience and stuff like that. So try and find a mentor
Mhm.
of
Exactly.
what you want to do.
And
Either
don't do what I did, just head on, not knowing any knowledge, and just head on, go and do it, because
I
that's
couldn't
the
have done that.
worst thing you could do.
Yeah, because like
Absolutely.
especially for the abandoned, like there's some
Yes.
buildings. I today I look back, I went in that. How crazy was I? You know,
It was pretty
I
crazy.
I went in a house where the kitchen cabinet was open and
Mhm.
it was holding the second floor, and I'm trying to close it. That's how ding ding. So I look back and say I was lucky. I was guided by someone,
Mhm.
and protected. For sure, I was protected. Someone is protecting me, and I said, how, incredible. Like I never went through a floor, but there's some places
Ooh.
where no one would have went that I went. So
Yeah,
it's
I mean, it's different from, an investigation because normally it's like a sound place and, it's popular and people go
yeah,
there all the time. But like an abandoned place, you really have to be careful because you could deal with like squatters or, homeless
yeah.
people
Well,
or
I'm lucky for that because
yeah.
where I am exactly, squatters. Not like if I stay in my town or nearby,
Mhm.
it's just a small farmland here. So
Yeah.
but there's a lot of abandoned, but there's no like squatters or anything. But like if I go in the city, the biggest, like in Montreal, I wouldn't go there. No way. Not urban
Montreal,
exploring,
yeah.
because and we don't have like a homeless, so we're lucky for that.
That's cool. I mean, I live close to the city of
And we don't
Boston,
have
and there's homeless people everywhere.
because one time I was walking in a big field, like the land was overgrown, and I was going to a house, and the people were saying, "Be careful of the snakes. There's snakes." We don't have snakes. We just have
Snakes.
like a little grass snake. It won't do anything. It'll be more scared than you are. So, and so we're kind of lucky with that. But yes, I'm scared of animals. There's a lot of animals that scare me just by looking at them. They're alive.
Really?
Yeah. No, it doesn't work with me. I'm scared of cows.
So you probably don't like spiders or insects or.
That doesn't bother me. But
Really?
if
Okay.
it's not a cat or a dog or a domestic bird or something, forget it. I'm scared. Oh, let's go to the zoo. No, okay, go and I'll see your pictures after. I'm not. Animals are.
Crazy.
They really impress me, especially horses and cows.
Really?
How big they can get and strong they are, and
Yeah. Well, one of your spirit guides is an animal. Oh.
probably. I would.
I'm really not afraid of any creature or animal. I'm really not. I had like a phobia for spiders because I tell you, when I was younger, this boy, I don't know whether or not he liked me or what, but he took there was a dead tarantula in a jar, and he was like chasing me around with it. So I got a phobia of tarantulas, but I'm finally, starting to get out of it. But yeah, I have 5 tarantulas, Susan, and 2 velvet spiders. Oh, thank you, John, for letting me know. I actually, it's quite fascinating. My tarantulas, when they shed, it's pretty amazing because they basically they come out of their skin. So the whole shed is like the legs and everything. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was scared of crabs at one point. Crabs. So
I like
said,
spiders.
that is so ridiculous. Like you can eat crab and everything, So I went to this pet store here, and they were selling little crabs. I said, okay, I'll put them like on a turtle island there and feed them, and every day I'd look at them. So I got over it that way. Like I worked on myself and the crabs, and I would talk to them. Oh, you scare me. You're so ugly. I talked to the crab like that, Was probably mean saying that, but
see, I just got over my fear, because I was really bad at one point. After that, I wouldn't, even if I seen like a little house spider, I would like run away. But now I got my fear over it, so that's pretty cool. So I would say I'm not really. I love all types of amphibians. I love snakes. I love frogs. I love, because I mainly work with, I work with some amphibians, but I also work with other animals. So I do love amphibians. I have an amphibian myself. I have a little lizard. So.
Well, for frogs, I'm not too brave beside a frog, but
yeah.
I won't do a spell with frog legs or whatever.
I haven't done a spell with any animals. I'm mainly I do like nature and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean it's herbs and
exactly. So are you going to do you have any plans to go on any investigations in the near future?
Well, this summer we're planning a family trip again. And we're going to go to it's a haunted house that has history to it, because it's on the side of an old port where the boats would come and they would rest and drink beer at this house because it was like a bar at one point.
Yeah.
It turned into a house, and all this history, I got it all down. But there again, there's only like the rock walls. There's no roof, no window, no door. And
Yep.
they say that place is haunted as so we're gonna try and, well, I know where it is and everything, so we're gonna try and go up there. It's like 8 hours away from here. So
Mm-hmm.
all the cool spots are in Ontario and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. But this one's in Quebec, in the province of Quebec, but they call it trois pistoles, 3 pistols, 3 guns. Gonna find out why they call it like that. I'm gonna find that out. See from there. That's my major big trip, and I'll be doing a lot of revisiting, because what I usually do, like in the spring when all the snow's gone, there's no more mud in the dirt roads. Well, I go visit my abandoned houses, how they survived their winter, if they survived it or not, or because some houses are from the 1800s, 1700s,
Mm.
very, very old houses. So some will collapse, then collapse a bit more, then completely gone. So I'd just like to go see that and compare that to to other places. Yeah, that's most probably what I'll be doing.
Cow shaker. I never do that.
Gosh.
Just reading the comments here. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's see here. Some cases, I think, with Western people, some of the biggest problems, it abstracts fears and selfish. Yes, absolutely. Just reading the comments here. Spiders. That's what they're talking about right now. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you so much. So what's your, besides the investigation, what do you have planned? Anything new?
Well, yeah, I want to, like those videos I've been dropping.
Yep.
I want to make that into like either a magazine once a month.
Oh, that would be cool.
What came out during the month. So you don't have to like go rewatch the video to like write down your recipe or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I want to put that like on PDF or something, so my members can go and check it out. Oh yeah, that was really cool. I'll give it a try. You know, I'm not encouraging people to do this, but you know, if you can save us some money on regular medicine that's full of chemicals and whatever's in there, we don't know. But my medicines are natural. Like I always go natural before I go for the chemicals and stuff. So
yeah.
If you have a burn or something, I have a cream that you can make yourself.
Exactly. And herbs or definitely.
So I want to do like a magazine for my members, like once a month or every 2 months, depending on, because some spells are really short and fast to do.
Yep.
Some you could be doing it right now and nobody would know. So it's like when my father used to say this, oh, you can pray and nobody will know you're praying. So you can pray whenever you want. You don't need to go to church or whatever.
Hey, Caroline, good to see you. We're almost done with the podcast, but feel free to rewatch it. But thank you for joining. That is awesome. So where can everybody find you?
Well, there's links on my channel there in the more part. There's I'm on Instagram, X, TikTok, and Facebook. Facebook, I'm on my real name. I don't care.
Okay.
If you can read my real name, go ahead. No problem. But you'll see French stuff, English stuff, and what is she doing?
Yeah. And actually, everybody, I do have all of her social media links in the description. So if anybody needs them, where they could get in touch with Sandra, they're all in the description. Her Instagram, her YouTube channel, etc., is all in there.
Because when I take out my video, I go and publish it on Instagram and TikTok after. Like I upload it to YouTube,
Yep.
then I upload it to Instagram and TikTok. Who watches, who doesn't. Me, it's for fun. This channel, I'm doing it to, help me forget the bad that's going on right now.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah. So,
Definitely.
it's just a fun place that I want to leave.
Yes.
Like
Positive.
reminder.
Definitely positive.
Yeah. And so my girls, after I'm gone, they can go, and my grandsons, my beautiful grandsons, I have two, and so they can go back and say, "Oh, that's my Mima. Look what my Mima is doing."
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. You just want to,
Yeah,
and especially, you just want to like surround yourself with positive energy. Definitely.
especially
Definitely.
now, and yeah,
Yeah, definitely. And definitely reach out to me if you need anything as well, now that we're connected.
yeah.
If anybody doesn't have any questions, we're just gonna, end the show. Everybody knows this is the Obsidian Hour, where light and shadow meet with purpose. Until we cross paths again, keep your spirit steady, your boundaries strong, and let the night guide you, but never claim you. So blessed be everybody, and have a good night.
Bye.